Divine Feminines, never gonna give you up, never gonna say goodbye. I heard that. I was like, someone's like, I'm not giving this up. Okay? The Divine Masculines, they're not giving up this connection, guys. Okay? I feel like some serious conversations are being had. And that's the conclusion that they've come to, is that they can't give this up. They can't walk away from this. We have career, contracts, commitments. I feel like this is what they're breaking away from. It could be breaking away from a career, breaking away from a contract. So I'm hearing someone is trying to make more time for this connection, or they're trying to make more time for this commitment. I'm also hearing for some of you, but not all of you, that your masculine could be nearing retirement or reconsidering retirement. There's something about being closer to you. Something around retirement or some kind of contract ending, and they're waiting for it to end so that they can be closer to you. I don't know what that means for some of you, but someone's not giving up this connection with you that easily, whether that means that they're staying put or they're ready to retire early, okay? Not all of you, but I just need to mention that for some of you there. But it says here, until death tear us apart. Now that could be another significant message where I'm seeing a lot of finances being split up, okay? So prolonged connections due to finances or feeling strapped by finances. I'm seeing that someone's willing to give that up. Like, there is a masculine out there who's feeling the confidence that they weren't feeling before. It was more fear that they were feeling. There's this newfound confidence to either start a new business, start from scratch. I'm hearing like give it up, like just whatever it is, they're willing to give it up because they're not willing to give up this connection with you. Okay, that's starting to feel like it's a really big decision and it's really important, and I'm feeling like someone has put them in this position, or someone has given them an ultimatum. That's the word that I want to split up. And I feel like whoever this person is, they feel like they should have never given your Divine Masculine this ultimatum. Now, this could have a lot to do with career. It could be a marriage. It could be some kind of relationship. Maybe it's both. It could be that they're married to someone that they share a business with. I'm also seeing there's been a lot that's been held over their head in terms of wanting to naturally end some kind of contract here. But it has to do with a career or a commitment, okay? That's held them in place long enough. The lesson here is that this doesn't define who it is they are. They've got someone holding something over their head that the material aspect of it is not necessary. They need to go after what their heart desires. Okay, so we have remember and awakening. And this is what they may be awakening to, is that they're willing now to leave something behind. I see a Divine Masculine as well who, this is their awakening, okay? They are waking up in something that they once held on so tightly to. It could be a house. I'm seeing a business. I'm seeing multiple properties, multiple businesses. They've spent a lot of time gathering, building, putting these things in place, putting it together. But now I'm seeing someone whose hands are like open, like they're willing to release it or let it all go. Because, you know, it's funny. It's like I'm seeing someone singing Kumbaya, but your masculines reach this point of awakening where they're not willing to trade material for this spiritual experience with you. Like someone would be willing to give it all up and, you know, be somewhere with you that's like the simple life. They don't care. So I don't know, like I'm hearing midlife crisis as well. Maybe this is what someone could be trying to convince them that they're having, is some kind of midlife crisis, but no, they're sure. Okay, we have earth energy coming in, a new beginning, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, so that could be significant, or it could be a confirmation for some of you. I'm hearing that with earth signs, you know, once upon a time, like stability is important, resources are important, security, okay? But again, whoever this masculine is, he knows that he has the tenacity to start over and to rebuild things. Someone's going back to like the simple life. That's why I feel like this has a lot to do with leaving a career behind that's really gotten in the way of this connection, or some kind of like business ties, business relationships. It definitely had a lot to do with money though, and them feeling very afraid to let it all go because they've worked so hard for it. Okay, so we have comfort zone. I feel like this lifestyle was their comfort zone, but they no longer feel tied to that. Let's get to the romance angels and see what opened up their heart and what's once upon a time someone who very much clung to the material world. What is this big shift all about? And I feel like many people around this divine masculine are curious. I'm hearing that some of his business associates may be asking, like, what's come over you? Like, why the sudden shift? I'm hearing selling assets as well, selling off the company, wanting to sell the properties. They might have a friend who's a real estate agent that might be asking them, like, are you sure you want to go through with this? Their lawyers could be asking them, are you sure you want to go through with this? What's come over you? Your divine masculine could be very private about the connection with you two as well. But let's dig in. What has been developing between you two? That's genuine, it's natural, it's organic, it's pure. Okay, I won't take all of these, but because there's 2 piles that fell, I'll take what's at the top of each pile. Okay, so I'll take this one here and this one here. Now this could come in the form of you two meeting one another or just energetically feeling like this connection is somehow right, or there's a familiarity with one another. Maybe you've spent time together expressing your love. There's a sense of healing around this as well. I'm getting, it's not that, I'm hearing the perfect relationship or the perfect, the perfect person. I'm also seeing an angel there in the background looking over this. So I do feel like heaven sent. It has to do with your nature, divine feminine. I'm hearing Queen of Cups as well. So maybe your masculine could be the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and you could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. But I feel like this is what has them pulling away from the material world. It's the way that you express your love. Okay, I'm also seeing that whoever this divine masculine is, always very focused on building and doing for other people, whether it's this job that they've been doing. They've always been working for the company and being the best and earning the most and getting all the deals closed. And if it's in a relationship, it's really just working hard to sustain somebody else who they're not mentally there, or their heart is not there. It's more so understood that this is a partnership. Love has nothing to do with it. Yeah. Okay, we care for each other, sure. But let's just focus on the bigger picture. We've got a lot here. We've got these businesses, these homes, these opportunities. But I feel like that's exactly what is dying out. It's like, I don't know how you two encountered one another, but you may live a very simple life, divine feminine. Very, very, very simple life. I'm seeing that your masculine could be older than you. They don't have to be, but I picked up on that for a moment because I felt the energy of someone feeling like your energy is very mature. And that's why I mean about the simple life. They've observed you as just enjoying the simple things, okay? It almost seems as though your soul is just much older, more experienced, and maybe that's why you two connect. But there's a way that you two express yourselves to one another, or the way that you have expressed yourselves to one another, and your masculines can't let go of this. I feel like every day that's gone by, like maybe within the last year or so, they've been like daydreaming almost about what a life would look like with you. That's why I feel like they're willing to give all of this up. Whatever this is, they're willing to move past it, and they've been having some serious conversations. That's why I feel like they could have lawyers or real estate agents that are close to them or that are friends, but they've been talking about it. It's like, I can't take this anymore. Oh, what's been going on? I met somebody. Well, what do you mean you met somebody? I met somebody. And they may have friends as well who live this particular lifestyle where, what do you mean? Like, you're in love. You're willing to, mess up all of these business contracts. You got a lot of money and deals on the table here. You're going to this up for, somebody you met at a blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't know where you guys met, divine feminine, but it was enough to start causing the downfall, or some kind of energy to start penetrating in this like contract like relationship. The conflict doesn't even have to be with like a lover or a wife or whatever the case is. This could be with like business contracts, business associates as well, right? They're slacking off, or they're maybe gaining more perspective. Maybe what it is they do for a business isn't ethical, and ever since they met you living this simple life, all of a sudden they're wanting to break ties or break away or quit. Are you sure you want to do this? It has to do with breaking some kind of contract. So that's why I feel like there's been a lot of low-key spiritual attacks on you, Divine Feminine. You're waking up and helping your Divine Masculine remember all of their gifts are to be utilized in a much more wholesome way. Okay, yes, they may make a lot of money in whatever it is they're doing, and yes, whatever connections they're associated with may look lavish and, you know, wonderful on paper, but it's not good for their soul. It's not good for their ascension, and I feel like that's what they're waking up to, and they can't stay away from you. Okay, there's been a lot of talk about like keeping away from you. You're a distraction. I feel like the fact that you are younger, people are trying to fill their head with things like you're a gold digger, you're just after their money, but it's not adding up. Your life is too simple. You find joy in the simple things. Your divine masculine spent enough time with you to know that you have given him wise counsel on being more responsible with his gifts and his power in life, his social status. There's so much that he could be doing with it. He's had these conversations with you. So anybody in his ear about this and that about you, he knows it's not the truth. That's what's fueling these serious conversations that are making his associates, friends, buddies go, what the hell is wrong with you? But someone, again, is no longer clinging to the material world. They're no longer seeing these things as fulfilling, because what you offer, that is what's fulfilling. It's touched their soul in a way that's made them remember what true love is. Okay? What is he feeling in his heart for you? That's unlike anything he has experienced. Okay, so it feels like soulmate love, which is unlike anything he's experienced. Okay, and that's why it feels gentle and pure. It's like he's always visualized being in a connection like this, but it's like he silently pushes those thoughts away because he knows this is the life he chose. Deal with it, you know? That's why I feel like you two might have met in some kind of spontaneous way, maybe organized or ordained by the universe. You know, it's like such an opposite energy. He is being called to clear out his ex, and again, the ex energy, okay, it could come from things of his past. He's a different person. Like, since he met you, there's been some kind of awakening or remembering where he sees himself in a different light. And I'm getting, for a lot of the divine masculines, it's healthier, making wiser decisions, not being so overworked and burnt out, and not having such a fixation on consuming. You're the type, divine feminine, to make him take off his shoes and relax and, you know, sit back and observe and be grateful for the experience. He's surrounded by karmic energies that use him as though he's some kind of workhorse. That's why I feel like for some of you, the karmic could be like a workplace that keeps your masculine stuck in cycles of just consuming and wanting more. And your masculine could be a go-getter. They have spiritual gifts where they're able to predict things and pinpoint things, and they have a sharpness about them that, you know, but before they met you, they thought like, wow, this is great, this makes me a lot of money. But there would be some days where they would be so discombobulated, so disconnected from life. No one knows this as well, right? Everyone thinks, whoa, you're making a lot of money, you got this big job, you must be good, right? Surrounded by a lot of wealth, a lot of women. But there was this dark feeling that only you were able to help them get out of. And it was this, you know, feeling of like, there has to be something more, you know? They were struggling behind closed doors because a lot of people couldn't see that behind a lot of the flash and all of that stuff. They were dealing with like a lot of, you know, it's like a hole, something's missing. I don't feel accepted, I don't feel loved. And then they meet you and, you know, you light up that hole. In fact, you burn away, you know, everything that they thought that they were, that they wanted to be. And that's what's making them fall in love with you and push them to the point of, no, I'm serious. Sign up the paperwork. Get the paperwork going. Get it ready. I'm ready to put a signature on it. because I feel like someone is ready to get out of these toxic cycles. It's like these triggers and conflict and arguments and this feeling of feeling stuck in a life that you thought that you painted out and you wanted, and it just makes you feel ill at the thought of coming in through your front door. It's like your home should be your safe space, right? But when you're going home now and you feel like anxiety or you do everything to avoid it, it reminds me of like there's a goddess card where it's the home energy. I forgot the goddess's name, but she talks about like your home and like a change of the occupants, and based off of the change of the occupants in your home, your energy will improve. So that's what I'm feeling with the divine masculines. Like something's got to give or something's got to change, because they're no longer wanting to cling to these cycles. And I'm also hearing your divine masculine really trying to explain to somebody that it's not just you. I mean, they've been feeling this way. It's just ever since they've met you with this reconciliation energy, they've just thought about it more and more and more, how this current life that they're in, it's not doing it. It doesn't fulfill them. You fulfill them. And the irony about it is your life is just so simple, and they're willing to give it all up for that. That's to tell you how much stress they've been under in secret. Okay, just how much dissatisfaction they've had with everything that they've had materially. There's just been a level of so much dissatisfaction with it, and that's because their soul has been dying to really take in what riches really are. Their soul is designed to recognize real riches, right? Which is this soulmate energy, true love, gratitude, stepping back, slowing down, smelling the flowers, making love. They've lost sight of these things, and it's like you bring it all right back to them. And I feel like whoever this masculine is, they're in a place now where whatever you brought to the table, divine feminine, they don't care. They see it as so much more worthy than whatever material thing has been holding them in place. Okay? So that's what I have for you guys for this one. I hope you guys have enjoyed. You guys take it easy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay? Take care, guys. Bye.